In our journey through AI governance, risk, and compliance, we've seen how these elements form a critical control layer for AI deployment. It's like building a sturdy foundation for a house. Without it, the entire structure risks instability. AI governance provides the necessary oversight and accountability, ensuring initiatives are sustainable and auditable. It's not just about ticking boxes, it's about creating a resilient framework that aligns with organizational values and regulatory demands.
Absolutely, Sarah. And when we talk about risk management, it's clear that AI brings its own unique set of challenges. These aren't just technical hurdles, but also involve operational, regulatory, and reputational risks. It's like navigating a ship through stormy seas. Without careful planning and a robust risk management strategy, you risk capsizing. Organizations that integrate these strategies early on can better weather the storms of AI deployment.
Exactly. And compliance is the compass that guides us through these waters. It's non negotiable, especially in industries where the stakes are high. Embedding compliance from the design phase means we're not just reacting to issues, but preventing them. This proactive approach builds trust and credibility with stakeholders. But as we think about scaling AI, the real challenge lies in institutionalizing these governance structures. It's about setting up the right frameworks early to avoid disruptions later.
That makes a lot of sense. It seems that without these foundational elements, scaling AI could lead to significant pitfalls. But I'm curious, how do we actually implement these governance, risk, and compliance frameworks effectively? What does a comprehensive GRC framework look like when applied to AI?
Great question, Rana. As we move forward, understanding the role of a well-structured GRC framework becomes crucial. It's not just about having policies and procedures in place, it's about aligning AI operations with organizational goals and managing risks effectively. This brings us to the starting point of exploring how these frameworks are crafted and what deliverables they provide. When we think about AI implementation, it's crucial to have a framework in place that keeps everything on track. And that's where governance, risk, and compliance, or GRC, comes in. Imagine it as a guiding compass that ensures AI initiatives operate smoothly and within the bounds of integrity, security, and accountability. It's not just about ticking boxes. It involves creating a robust structure that aligns AI operations with the organization's values and risk tolerance.
Exactly, Sarah. It's like building a house. You need a solid foundation, and that's what a GRC framework provides for AI. It ensures that every component, from policies to procedures, works together to manage risks and keep operations within legal and ethical boundaries. This framework is essential for producing the deliverables that keep AI initiatives accountable, like compliance reports and risk assessments.
And these deliverables are more than just paperwork. They represent ongoing oversight, allowing organizations to maintain their integrity and stay aligned with regulations. An importance analysis within this framework helps prioritize efforts and resources, ensuring each component serves a strategic purpose. It's about making informed decisions and ensuring every piece of the puzzle is there for a reason.
I see. So, without a structured GRC framework, organizations could face significant risks, from regulatory penalties to reputational damage. It's not just a compliance obligation, it's a strategic enabler that builds trust. But this also raises questions about how well current governance structures handle AI-specific risks, like algorithmic bias or model drift.
Which naturally leads us to the broader challenges addressed by GRC. As we delve deeper, we'll explore why GRC is critical for AI and how it systematically tackles issues like data privacy and ethical concerns. Understanding these challenges is essential for sustaining AI credibility and operational integrity. So, the natural next step becomes examining how GRC frameworks proactively transform AI risk management. Imagine you're steering a ship through uncharted waters. This ship is your organization, and the waters are AI implementations. Governance, risk, and compliance, or GRC, act as your compass, ensuring you navigate safely through potential storms like data privacy issues, algorithmic bias, or cybersecurity threats. Without this compass, you risk drifting off course, potentially facing reputational damage or regulatory penalties.
Absolutely, Sarah. It's like having a reliable map that not only points out dangers, but also guides you to the treasure, organizational value, and stakeholder trust. A strong GRC framework doesn't just keep you out of trouble, it helps you align AI projects with your ethical and strategic goals, making sure your ship sails smoothly.
Exactly, Rana. And as AI becomes more integral to decision making, this structured governance transforms risk management from a reactive scramble to a proactive strategy. It's about being prepared, not just compliant. So, if GRC is our compass, what's next in our journey?
Well, our next step involves understanding the specific policies that form this GRC framework. It's about how we construct this compass with precise components, governance structures, risk management processes, and compliance mechanisms. Each plays a crucial role in guiding our AI initiatives responsibly.
Yes, and these policies are more than just rules. They're the operational boundaries that ensure AI systems are designed, deployed, and monitored consistently. But how do we translate these policies into practice? That's where the framework's deliverables come into play, shaping our approach to responsible AI deployment.
So, our journey continues into how these frameworks are crafted and implemented. It's about setting the stage for sustainable innovation while safeguarding organizational integrity. Shall we delve into the components of an AI GRC framework next?
Imagine an organization as a bustling city, Rana. Just like a city relies on its governance structures, risk management, and compliance mechanisms to function smoothly, an AI GRC framework operates on similar principles. It creates a structured environment where AI systems can thrive responsibly, ensuring they align with ethical standards and regulatory requirements.
That makes sense, Sarah. It's like setting traffic rules for AI to prevent chaos. But how do organizations ensure these rules are followed consistently across different AI projects?
Well, it starts with crafting clear policies that cover data privacy, ethical AI use, and security. These policies act as the city's laws, guiding how AI systems are designed and monitored. But crucially, it's not a set it and forget it scenario. Implementing these policies requires ongoing effort, much like city planning, involving communication, training, and continuous oversight.
I see. So, the success of these frameworks hinges on how well they're integrated into daily operations. But what do organizations actually produce to support this integration?
They create key deliverables such as a policy framework document and an implementation plan, which act like blueprints and roadmaps for AI governance. These documents outline the standards and timelines, helping to ensure everyone is on the same page. But as we consider these frameworks, it naturally leads us to ponder the objectives that guide AI governance itself.
Right, because understanding the purpose behind these policies is crucial. So, what are the core objectives that shape AI governance, and how do they align with an organization's broader goals?
That's an insightful question, Rana. The objectives of AI governance are like the city's vision statement, ensuring ethical practices, regulatory compliance, and alignment with organizational goals. This brings us to the heart of how governance policies are designed and implemented, a topic that we'll delve into next. In our exploration of AI governance, we've seen how critical it is for organizations to establish a solid framework. It's like building a sturdy foundation for a house. Without it, everything else is at risk. Governance policies ensure that AI systems are developed ethically, align with regulatory standards, and meet organizational goals. But it's not just about having policies in place. It's about involving everyone who has a stake in the process, from developers to end users and even the general public. This involvement builds trust and ensures that AI initiatives are both accepted and supported.
Absolutely, Sarah. It's like having a community meeting before making changes in a neighborhood. Everyone's voice matters. And this is why a governance committee is vital. They oversee the adherence to these policies and make sure that stakeholder engagement isn't just a checkbox, but an ongoing dialogue. This committee acts as the guardian of the governance framework, ensuring that AI initiatives are not only compliant, but also innovative and responsible.
Exactly, Rana. As AI becomes more integrated into our daily operations, the risks of not having such a structured governance framework increase significantly. It's a strategic investment that shields the organization from potential pitfalls while fostering an environment where innovation can thrive responsibly. Now, as we consider how governance sets the stage for responsible AI adoption, it naturally leads us to consider the next layer of protection: risk management.
Right? Because governance is just the first step. Once we have our policies in place, we need to identify and manage the risks that come with AI deployment. This involves understanding vulnerabilities and developing strategies to mitigate them. So the next logical question becomes, how do we ensure that our AI initiatives are not only governed well, but also safeguarded against potential risks?
And that brings us to the fascinating world of AI risk management, where identifying, assessing, and mitigating risks become central to maintaining control and ensuring sustainable AI adoption. Let's delve into how organizations can build a robust risk management framework to complement their governance efforts. In our journey through AI risk management, we've explored how identifying and assessing potential risks lays the groundwork for a robust strategy. By understanding vulnerabilities in ethical, operational, and security dimensions, organizations can craft proactive mitigation plans that align across technology and governance. This continuous cycle of monitoring and reporting ensures that risks are not only managed at the start, but throughout the lifecycle of AI systems.
Exactly, Sarah. It's like setting the rules of a game and then watching the play unfold to ensure everything stays on track. But it's not just about preventing things from going wrong. It's about using these frameworks to enable sustainable AI adoption, keeping organizations agile and aligned with their goals. It makes me wonder, though, as we manage these risks, how do organizations ensure they're also meeting all the necessary legal requirements?
That's a great question, Rana. As we delve into AI compliance, we'll see how organizations navigate the complex web of regulations and data privacy. Compliance isn't just a checklist, it's an ongoing commitment to uphold legal and ethical standards. This leads us to consider how these compliance structures not only protect but also enhance organizational resilience and trust.
So, managing AI risk effectively sets the stage for addressing regulatory requirements and data privacy, which are crucial for maintaining stakeholder trust and legal standing. I'm eager to explore how these elements intertwine and support each other.
Indeed, as we transition into discussing AI compliance, we'll uncover how these regulatory frameworks and audit processes provide the backbone for trustworthy AI operations. This naturally leads us to our next exploration of how organizations can ensure their AI systems are compliant and accountable in an ever-evolving regulatory landscape. Navigating the landscape of AI compliance is like setting sail on an ever-evolving sea of regulations and expectations. Organizations need to ensure that their AI systems are not only built to comply with current laws, but are also adaptable to future changes. This requires a solid foundation of data privacy, regular audits, and a comprehensive compliance procedures document that guides the way.
It's like having a map and a compass to guide your journey, right? The map is the compliance document, and the compass is the ongoing audits and accountability measures. Both are crucial to ensure that the organization stays on course, avoiding the storms of noncompliance and maintaining the trust of stakeholders.
Exactly. And while compliance is a strategic imperative, it's not just about ticking boxes. It's about embedding these practices into the DNA of the organization, creating a culture where compliance is seen as a shared responsibility. This proactive approach not only mitigates risks, but also strengthens the organization's resilience against regulatory changes.
I see. It's almost like building a fortress that stands strong against the winds of regulatory changes. But there's another layer to this story, isn't there? Beyond compliance, there's the ethical dimension of AI, which is equally vital.
Yes, the ethical practices are like the heart of the AI system, ensuring that it operates with fairness and transparency. Without these ethical considerations, even the most compliant system can falter, leading to biased outcomes or a loss of public trust. This brings us to the next chapter of our journey, where we explore how ethical AI practices can serve as both a shield and a beacon for organizations.
So, the natural next step becomes understanding how to integrate these ethical guidelines into everyday practices. It's about more than just compliance. It's about building AI systems that reflect our values and enhance trust. Let's delve into how organizations can achieve this.
Imagine a world where technology seamlessly integrates into our daily lives, enhancing our experiences without compromising our values. That's the promise of ethical AI practices. They serve as the moral compass guiding the development and deployment of AI systems, ensuring fairness, accountability, and transparency in every decision they make. But why is this so crucial, you might wonder?
Well, without these ethical foundations, AI systems might unintentionally perpetuate biases or infringe on privacy, leading to significant trust issues. Organizations risk more than just reputational damage. They could face legal repercussions and operational setbacks. It's like building a house on unstable ground. Without ethical guidelines, the entire structure is at risk of collapse. So how do organizations ensure they're on solid ground?
They start by creating comprehensive guidelines that map out the ethical landscape, covering areas like bias mitigation and transparency. But it's not just about writing these guidelines, it's about living them, integrating them into every facet of AI development and operation. This requires ongoing commitment, regular reviews, and an open dialogue about ethical challenges as systems evolve. But there's a broader picture here.
Exactly, and that broader picture includes the strategic advantages of ethical AI. When organizations prioritize ethics, they not only avoid pitfalls but also gain a competitive edge. Trust becomes their currency, setting them apart in a crowded market. However, implementing these practices requires everyone to be on the same page, which leads us to an intriguing aspect of organizational readiness.
Indeed, which brings us to the role of training and awareness programs in governance, risk, and compliance, often referred to as GRC. These programs are foundational for embedding a culture of compliance and risk awareness throughout the organization. But how do we ensure everyone understands their roles within this framework?
That's a great question. It starts with a needs assessment to identify where knowledge gaps exist and what specific training is required. This sets the stage for a comprehensive program that addresses these gaps and aligns with the organization's risk profile and regulatory obligations. But what makes continuous education in this area so vital?
Continuous education ensures that as regulations and best practices evolve, the organization's competency doesn't lag. It's about creating pathways for ongoing learning and ensuring that governance remains a shared responsibility. And that, Rana, is where the true strength of an organization lies, when everyone is equipped and informed to uphold these principles. So, how do we strategically implement such programs to maximize their impact? That's the journey we'll explore next. Imagine an organization where everyone, from the top executives to the newest hires, fully understands their role in maintaining governance, risk, and compliance, or GRC. This shared understanding doesn't just happen overnight. It requires well-structured training and awareness programs that embed these principles into the very fabric of the company. It's about creating a culture where compliance and risk awareness are not confined to a few specialists, but are a shared responsibility.
That makes sense. So it's like building a safety net where everyone knows their part in keeping the organization secure and compliant. But it sounds like a big task. How do they ensure that everyone keeps up with the changes in regulations and risks?
Exactly. It is a significant undertaking. That's why continuous education is crucial. The field of GRC is constantly evolving, with new regulations and risks emerging. Organizations need to have ongoing learning processes in place, like refreshers and updated materials, to keep everyone informed and competent. But this brings us to an interesting point about the role of stakeholders in these processes.
Stakeholders. They play a crucial part in shaping and supporting these GRC efforts, right? But how do they fit into this picture, especially when it comes to AI projects?
That's precisely where stakeholder engagement comes in. It's not just a side activity, it's essential for successful governance, risk, and compliance, particularly in AI projects. Engaging stakeholders ensures that their interests and concerns are considered throughout the project lifecycle. This engagement fosters trust and legitimacy in AI initiatives, which is vital for their success.
So the next logical step is understanding how to effectively involve stakeholders at every stage of an AI project. This means identifying who they are, understanding their influence, and ensuring their feedback is integrated into the project planning.
Exactly. And this seamless integration of stakeholder feedback is what we'll explore next, as it ensures that AI solutions are not only technically sound but also organizationally accepted and aligned with broader enterprise values. So, how do organizations achieve this level of stakeholder engagement? Let's delve into that. Imagine you're steering a ship through uncharted waters. The journey is unpredictable, and the crew's insights are invaluable for navigating safely. In the realm of AI, stakeholder engagement acts like this crew, providing the necessary perspectives to guide projects effectively. It's not just a box-ticking exercise, but a crucial part of governance, risk, and compliance, ensuring that everyone affected by AI projects has a voice. This engagement builds trust and strengthens the legitimacy of AI initiatives.
Absolutely, Sarah. And it's fascinating how this process spans the entire project lifecycle. It's like having a continuous dialogue where stakeholders contribute at every stage, from planning to execution. This way, organizations can capture diverse perspectives and make informed decisions. But I'm curious, how do we ensure that all relevant stakeholders are identified and their feedback is genuinely integrated?
Great question, Rana. It starts with stakeholder mapping, akin to drawing a detailed map of our ship's route. This mapping helps identify who holds influence and who is affected by the project, allowing for strategic engagement efforts. Then, through structured feedback mechanisms like survey and focus groups, organizations collect and analyze data to ensure these voices shape project outcomes. This approach not only mitigates compliance risks, but also aligns AI projects with organizational values and stakeholder expectations.
I see how this creates a robust framework for accountability and trust. But as we navigate these waters, it raises an important question. Once we've engaged stakeholders and gathered their insights, how do we ensure that our AI systems continue to align with evolving needs and conditions?
That's where the concept of continuous monitoring and improvement comes into play. Just like adjusting our ship's course based on new information and changing conditions, organizations must keep a vigilant eye on AI systems. This proactive approach ensures that AI remains effective and compliant as the landscape evolves. So, the natural next step becomes understanding how continuous monitoring can be structured to maintain system integrity and trust. Imagine you're a navigator charting a course through an ever-shifting sea. Continuous monitoring of AI systems is much like keeping an eye on the compass in the horizon, ensuring you're on the right path and ready to adjust course as needed. It provides the real-time visibility necessary to spot any anomalies or vulnerabilities before they turn into significant risks.
That's a great analogy, Sarah. It's about being proactive, isn't it? By having robust monitoring mechanisms in place, organizations can maintain the integrity and trust of their AI systems. But it's not just about spotting issues, it's also about ongoing improvement.
Exactly, Rana. Improvement is like fine-tuning the sails based on the wind's direction and speed. It's a recurring process of refining and optimizing AI systems to keep them aligned with organizational goals and regulatory expectations. The dynamic nature of AI means that adaptability is crucial. Building feedback loops and change management processes into your governance framework ensures you can respond to new information and evolving conditions without being caught off guard.
And this adaptability is what differentiates organizations that are leaders in AI maturity from those that merely react to changes, right? Having structured plans for monitoring and improvement ensures that organizations are not just reacting, but strategically navigating the AI landscape.
Precisely. It's about transforming responsiveness into a managed capability. But as we talk about these systems and their governance, another critical element comes into play, the human element. Just as the systems need monitoring and improvement, the workforce needs to evolve alongside AI.
So this leads us to consider how the adoption of AI isn't just a technical shift, but a transformation of the entire workforce. How do organizations ensure their people are ready for this change?
That's the question, Rana. The next step in our journey explores how AI transformation is intrinsically linked to workforce transformation, where human capability becomes the key to unlocking AI's full potential. Let's delve into how organizations can prepare their human resources to meet these emerging challenges. Once organizations begin thinking about governance, risk, and compliance, the focus naturally shifts from building systems to taking care of them over time. Because no matter how well something is designed, it still needs attention to stay reliable.
So it's not just about launching AI systems. It's about making sure they keep working properly?
Exactly. Think of it like maintaining something important. You don't wait for problems to happen. You keep watching, checking, and making small improvements along the way. That's what keeps everything running smoothly and safely.
And I guess AI systems are even more sensitive, since they deal with data and decisions.
That's right. Small issues, if unnoticed, can grow over time. So organizations adopt a proactive mindset. They monitor performance, watch for risks, and make sure everything stays aligned with rules and expectations.
So it becomes an ongoing process, not a one-time setup.
Yes. And alongside monitoring, there's continuous improvement. Systems are updated, refined, and adjusted based on what's happening in the real world. Because environments change. And AI needs to keep up.
That makes sense. If things around the system change, the system itself needs to adapt too.
Exactly. And that's why flexibility becomes essential. Organizations create feedback loops. They listen, learn, and improve continuously.
So, in the end, it's about staying alert, improving constantly, and adapting without losing control.
Yes, it's a balance between stability and change, making sure systems remain secure, effective, and compliant over time.
Which means organizations aren't just managing AI, they're actively evolving it.
Exactly. And this is what turns AI from a one-time implementation into a long-term, sustainable capability.